My name is Zainab, and I am a student with the Trinity Oral History class, HerStory, and thank you so much for agreeing to talk with me today. We expect our conversation to last about 25 to 30 minutes, and as I mentioned earlier, this interview will be recorded. Um, so to start with, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, of course. Hi, my name is Claudia Quinonez. I use she, her pronouns, and I graduated from Trinity in 2020 in the midst of the pandemic. I study political science at Trinity, and I grew up and live in Maryland. So I was one of the very few transfer students to Trinity that commuted every day.
What do you remember about the home you were raised in, and how would you describe your childhood and teenage years?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, definitely. What do you remember about the home you were raised in, and how would you describe your childhood and teenage years?
Yeah, one thing that I remember from the time that I was growing up is so I grew up with on a single parent household. I grew up with my mother. My parents separated when I was 11, and I since then I had sort of like a difficult relationship with my dad. But my mom was always very, very consistent, and one of the things that she wanted for me was to graduate from college, and so she sacrificed herself to ensure that I could do well in high school. I remember having a conversation with her in high school where she told me that I didn't have to work or I didn't need to get a job because she was going to provide everything that I needed so that I could graduate. And so ever since I was a little girl, my mom wanted me to have a higher education, graduate from college. Uh, before um, Before when I was a little girl, I always wanted to become a doctor. I wanted to pursue medicine, but as I grew older and I experienced the world for what it was, for what it is, I it really ignited this sort of like social justice sense in me, and so hence why I studied political science.
How did those early experiences shape you?
I for one thing that I noticed from the time that I was very, very little was the injustices that I saw all throughout my life of and even discrimination in many of the schools that I attended. Because I lived with a single parent household, I unfortunately had to move a lot, and so I got to experience a lot of different schools. I And some schools had better resources than others. Others did not have the best conditions for students to really thrive, and that really started to build some doubt in me about whether or not there was real equality or fairness within the education system. And it was sort of a curiosity that I had, and so that was sort of the beginning of my activism years. I started to organize and build community during my high school years to allow for all students in the state of Maryland to have access to in-state tuition, regardless of their immigration status. And I think it was mostly due to the fact that I saw how much inequality there really was due to the fact that I was moving a lot. And um, I think it also allowed me to see that way or my route to higher education was going to be difficult. I knew that I had this like clear pathway forward, and I had a clear vision of what I wanted to do, but my mother was not making a lot of money.
Mhm.
I didn't know how to apply for college. It was a process that I was doing for the first time, and so there were a lot of bumps along the way that um before I got to the goal of graduating.
Wow. And I know you mentioned about what your dream about studying medicine and being a doctor. So if you had a chance to go back, would you would you continue, would you try to achieve your dream of being a doctor, or just studying medicine in general?
Oh, absolutely not. So when I started college, I was actually on a pre-med route, and I was at a community college at that time. So I was studying. I was doing like my biochem, my science courses, and it just didn't feel right. And a semester before graduating from community college, I said to myself, I do not want to study pre-med. I don't want to go into medicine. I want to be able to do more with my life. And at that time, I was working for a organization supporting. It was like an education justice organization, so I was helping students, like moms, with getting more funding and more resources to Title I schools in their community that, are generally underfunded and do not have the best conditions for students to thrive. And that experience was so transformational. And so I said to myself, I really want to pursue this you know this
Hmm.
career, or like this calling vocation long term. And so a semester before graduating from community college, I switched my major to political science, and so I had to take a lot of political science courses. I think I signed up for like 6 or 7 classes so that I could graduate on time. And my career has been very gratifying and very it makes me feel very fulfilled and happy. And I don't know if I would have been able to get that fulfillment really from uh pursuing a medical career.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you also mentioned something about community college. So what led you to Trinity?
Oh, that's such a really good question. So I went to community college, and I had a really good experience. And before transferring to Trinity, I actually went to 2 other universities, and I was not feeling at home. I for once, things were very expensive, and I unfortunately did not qualify for any federal aid or any sort of scholarships. And so I basically had to work full time to pay out of pocket, and things became really difficult. So I tried my luck at a university, and it did not work out because the tuition was just way too high and I couldn't afford it. Then I tried my luck at another university, where the tuition was less, and but still I couldn't afford it. And so I took about a year and a half break from university, and I was in a place where I was feeling very disappointed, very upset with myself that I was not going to be able to fulfill this dream or this thing that my mother wanted me to pursue for a long time. And I felt very defeated. And at the time, I was working as an organizer with a national organization, and the it might have been the year was about it was 2017, 2018. If I Yeah, it was 2017. And there was this massive walkout from the university from the local universities in the district, and in Maryland in support of Dreamers. There was a legislation in Congress that would allow for Dreamers to get citizenship or a pathway to citizenship. And so I was working with this national organization, organizing the high schools, the colleges, to have a massive walkout on, I think it was sometime in November of 2017. And somehow I got connected to students from Trinity. And at that time, I found out that Trinity had a big population of dreamers through the Dream.us scholarship. And I connected with a lot of the students that were leading the Butterfly Network at the time. And they decided to lead a walkout, and I was helping them. I would go to the university before I would go to the university and like bring the students food and tacos and like plan the walkout without necessarily being a student. And on the day of the walkout, I actually joined the students at Trinity. And I just felt right at home. It just felt so right to be there. And I remember the president and a lot of the educators, professors came out to kind of send off the students off to the walkout in support of the Dream Act. And I walked with them the to the metro. We took the metro, then we got off at Capitol Hill, and then I walked with them to the to Congress. And at that time, I was not enrolled in school. I felt so alone and I felt very defeated. And it was hard for me to find a community on campus as a brown woman.
Hmm.
And I just felt so right to be at Trinity with the students, although I was not a student. And that just led me to apply. And so I applied to transfer to Trinity, actually by the beginning of 2018. And then with I started in the fall of 2018 with a scholarship. And so it just felt like it was divine intervention, that I was meant to be at that walkout, that I was meant to be at Trinity, and that I felt it just felt right to be there, and it worked out.
I'm glad it did. Um, so I know this you what you just mentioned as it was kind of like a stepping stone for you to be a part of Trinity's history, being a part of the Trinity sisterhood. But how was your time here at Trinity?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
How was your time here at Trinity?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my time at Trinity was incredible. So I was working full time still. So I was working full time still when I was going to Trinity. And I was also taking full-time classes. So I was lucky enough to have a very supporting boss that allowed me to accommodate my schedule to be able to go to school. And I remember my journey every day to be able to make it to school, then work, then school, and then back home. And so on a usual day, I would leave my house at 6 in the morning. There was usually traffic from my home to Trinity, and so I would sometimes get to Trinity like right on time for class, which I usually sign up for like an 8 a.m., 8:30 a.m. class. I would take two classes in the morning. Then by 10:30, 10:45, I would be done and then I would go to work. Then by 5 p.m., 5:30 p.m., I would be leaving work to then be able to go to night classes at Trinity. And so I did that for almost 2 years. Actually 2 years. I did that for 2 years. And what I remember the most about my classes was how diverse they were. I think it's literally been one of the only places where I have seen people in my classes that look just like me or that have similar experiences as me. And also just the incredible support from the educators, the professors, the faculty, and how individualized your relationships are with your educators as well. I think that is the reason that allowed me to succeed despite having to work and uh, ask for the help that I needed. Whether I had to work late and not be able to make it to a class, or if I had other things, my professors were very understanding, and they also offered their help to ensure that you had everything needed to succeed and graduate. So I'm forever grateful for the small classes, the support that every professor gave me, and this like strong sense of everyone in the institution wanting you to thrive and succeed.
All right, thank you for that. Thank you for sharing. So how would you describe, no, let me backtrack. Did you join any types of clubs or what types of involvement were you on campus?
Yeah, I was part of the Butterfly Network. I um I was um I was part of that for almost my I was part of the Butterfly Network for almost the majority of my time at Trinity. I also yeah, I think I was only part of the Butterfly Network now that I think about it. And Yeah, I'm trying to think back to what were the things that I did on campus. Yeah, I was part of the Butterfly Network. I helped organize. Then when I was part of Trinity, I also helped lead a walkout again. Not as someone on the outside, but someone on the inside in 2019. There was
Mm-hmm.
a hearing at the Supreme Court um, for DACA, so Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. And I work with the Dream.us and the Butterfly Network to organize a walkout from the university. And again, it was something incredible where we got full support from the administration to be part of that. We had we were able to get excuses from our professors to be able to be part of that action. And I think that some of the admin people and President McGuire even attended the walkout with us. They like took the metro and attended. And again, there was like this massive support from Trinity to allow us to go and be part of this mobilization. And that was something very just like very incredible, because not a lot of institutions support their students the way that Trinity has supported their students. And yeah, that was the thing that I remember the most, being part of the Trinity or the Butterfly Network. And Also helping mobilize and organize some of the walkouts that we did for immigrants' rights.
All right, all right. And I also know you mentioned how the professors at Trinity and overall the community has helped you and supported you. Did you have any mentor or role model at Trinity, like faculty, coach, or peer who inspired you?
Yes. Oh my God, I'm forgetting. Yeah, I can think of three professors right now that were so so inspiring and people that I hold very dearly to this day. Dr. CK, Dr. Thorne, and Dr. Stalker. They Dr. CK, some of my best classes were with her. She, because of her, I learned that I have a passion and affinity for the judicial branch of government, and I know that in the future I want to become a lawyer. And I was able to learn that from her classes, and she just allowed me to. She allowed me and gave me the freedom to be able to do the research that I wanted in the areas where I was the most passionate about. And I remember in one of her classes, I was able to do a research about civil rights cases about race and discrimination. And I thought that was just like very, very empowering. And I learned so much from that class. Dr. Thorne, I took a class with her about indigenous people and indigeneity in the United States. And it was so it was so eye-opening because I was fully, after that class, I was fully able to embrace uh, my indigeneity and really embrace it and really be, know that it's part of my identity, even though it's something that I haven't really embraced in the past. And that class was so, so transformational. Um, and Dr. Stalker was my thesis advisor, but was also my program advisor. So I spent a lot of time with him, ensuring that, you know, I had everything that I needed for my thesis. And I also took a lot of courses with him. And one thing that I appreciated about him is that he always pushed me to do better, because he knew that I could do better. And so I remember struggling on the first class that I ever took with him because I didn't know what to expect, but I think that his classes prepared me for the real world. And he also reminded me that I could do more, that I could, you know, aspire for more. And so he has always been one of the people that reminded me that if I wanted to, I could pursue a PhD or go to law school. And it's something that I still hold dear, and I have plans to do that in the future.
So, what did you do after graduating Trinity? Did you further your education, get your first job, or did you just travel?
Yeah, so after I graduated from Trinity, I actually got a promotion at my job. I became I graduated from Trinity in 2020, and so by the fall of 2020, I got a promotion to become a manager at my organization. And then about 8 months later, I got another promotion where I became a program director. And so now that I have been out of Trinity for about 5 years now, I'm part of the senior leadership team of my organization. And um, um, I have a team that I oversee, and I plan or create strategic or I built strategic plans from scratch to further the mission and vision of the organization that I'm part of.
Of all your personal accomplishments, which are you most proud of?
So I think at Trinity, some things that I'm very proud that I was able to accomplish at Trinity was able to graduate as magna cum laude. Yes, yes, I think I was a magna cum laude. I was very proud of that. I worked really really hard to get a really good GPA. And then I was also inducted into three honor societies at Trinity. I can't remember the names. Let me see. Let me look them up. Let me see if I can find them. It's sort of a blur because everything happened right in the midst of the pandemic. But yeah, I graduated magna cum laude and I got inducted into three uh, honor societies at Trinity, one being the National Honors Society, the other one being the Political Science Honor Society, and the last one being the International Relations Honors Society. And I'm very proud of that. And um, aside from that, I'm also very proud of what I have been able to accomplish professionally. I never thought that I would have the role that I have at the moment at the organization that I work for. It is a lot of responsibility. I have the honor of being able to serve the community that I'm part of, but um, also just be able to ground people in their power. And I think a lot of that also started with learning about my own power and that I'm actually, that we're all powerful people. And I partly have Trinity to thank for that. Again, it was such a transformational experience to be in a school where there were other people that looked like me. That reminded me that I
Mhm.
was not a singular person going through the same struggles or setbacks, that there was in fact other people going through the same challenges that I was going through, and so being able to build community with a lot of them, it really made me feel like I was not alone, and it allowed me to be able to speak up and become an advocate for Black and Brown people.
Okay. So, what kind of legacy do you hope to leave behind?
Oh, what kind of legacy? Oh, that's such a deep question. I haven't thought about my legacy yet. But
So much. Yeah.
yeah, but I I think the legacy that I want to leave is one that people that I have worked closely with know that they have so much power within themselves to change the systems that we're part of. And remember and remind themselves that within community is when we are the most powerful. And communities can take so many shapes. They can start at school, they can be in your neighborhood where you live. And so I want my legacy to be one where people know that when they are in community is when they are the most powerful to pass legislations, pass protections that can be life changing.
And in your view, what does the world need to know about Trinity and its alumni and the stories or values that aren't widely told?
Yeah, Trinity is such a unique and special place. It's a place where young people, young Black and brown women go sometimes when they're feeling hopeless
Mhm.
to be transformed, to be empowered, to learn, to grow. And once they come out of Trinity, they become change makers in their communities. No matter where they go, no matter where they decide to stay. Uh, Trinity is part of creating the next generation of Wonder Women. A lot of us are educators. A lot of us are nurses. We work in the nonprofit sector. We do a lot of things that are going to change the world to become a better place. And I think that a lot of those values and hope has been taught at Trinity. And yeah, I'm forever grateful for my days at the school. It was a beautiful experience. It was something that really transformed me so much. And I honestly don't know if I would have been able to graduate if it were not for the support that I got from Trinity and the staff and faculty.
Now we're like passing the torch. So, what is one vital piece of advice you would give to today's and tomorrow's Trinity students?
Do not give up. Do not give up. I know that things can get hard, and sometimes you may feel like you don't know or you can't accomplish it. But it's all about just pushing through. Um, I would say don't even think about it. Just try to get to your goal. I know that I personally felt that many times when I was in Trinity. Sometimes I felt stuck when I was writing my papers, or I felt like I didn't have the inspiration to get them done. But I knew that I wanted to graduate, so I pushed through. And don't doubt yourself. If you're at the school, it's because you're pretty smart. If you are taking the classes that you're taking, it's because you're pretty smart. And do not forget that. So my advice for this new generation of students is to really believe in yourself. Don't just say it. Really embody it and push through the difficulties because you'll be able to overcome them. Just keep moving forward and don't look back.
That's a really nice remark. And just this is the last question. How do you hope they will preserve the trend? I'm sorry. How do you hope they will preserve the university's legacy going forward?
Sorry, you cut off. Can you repeat that?
Yeah. How do you hope they will preserve the university's legacy going
How,
forward?
so how would I preserve the legacy moving forward?
Yeah. How do you hope the students here at Trinity and future generations of Trinity will, Trinity students will preserve the legacy going forward?
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Mm, how do I hope the students? So Trinity, like I said, was such a transformational and empowering space for myself that I had I invited and I told other people about the university and how supportive they were of students. And so as a result of my attendance to Trinity, I brought other students to the university that were also transfer students from the community college that I went to. And then those students have also recruited other students to be part of the university. And so I hope that that legacy continues of abundance and sharing resources where students feel so empowered and so transformed by attending Trinity that they let other students know as well that this is the place to go if you are a woman, if you are Black, if you are brown, and that it will be a place where you are fully supported and embraced. And so I hope that that continues where students who have gone through the school are also able to invite and recruit other students to be part of the institution. And so I hope that that continues moving forward, where the resources, the knowledge, the accessibility is known by many more.
All right. That wraps up my questions. Thank you so much for sharing your memories and your insights. Your experiences and reflections are a valuable part of Trinity's history, and your voice will help future generations better understand the impact of being here at Trinity. Um, is there anything else you'd like to add that I haven't asked about?
No, nothing to add.
All right. Thank you so much again. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good one. It was nice meeting you, and good luck with your assignment.
Thank you.